Figment is a nationwide network of volunteer groups coordinating free participatory arts festivals at different times of the year. Last July, Figment Boston took over the Rose Kennedy Greenway for the 5th year in a row for a festival that stretched for blocks. And now it's recruiting inventive artists to contribute for the 2nd year to the city's first night festivities. The deadline is coming up fast, and who better to explain about art cars and creative tree lighting than Figment's guiding spirit, Captain Gonzo. Nice to see you, Captain. For people that have never been either to the Figment Boston during the summer or your contribution to First Night, how would you describe it in non-military terms? In
non-military terms. Well, I think the best description I have collected has actually come from someone who had no idea what it was. They thought it was bring cool stuff to the park day.
Okay. Yeah, bringing cool stuff, that is...
It's a lot of fun. Like when I'm at Figment in the summer or in the winter and I look around and I see people with this amused yet puzzled look on their face, I'll go up and I'll speak with them. And I'll usually be wearing a shirt that makes it obvious that I work here. And they'll ask me what it is, and I will throw the question right back to them. What do you think it is? And bring cool stuff to the park day, really it is what it's all about. It's bringing interesting things that people get to interact with, things that some people may or may not call art, but they're there for creative self-expression.
Now, I've noticed, at least in the summer ones, that you had things that are very kid-friendly. All these things are kid-friendly, we should mention, but it seems like the kids are more ready to participate, like stringing bottles on the things there, and the parents are saying, well, you know, I'm not sure that you're supposed to do it. Maybe the artist is supposed to do it, but you try not to give instructions or labels or signs, you know, just minimal amounts. You see people doing something weird and then there's nobody telling you, right? You just happen upon it, sort of?
Yeah, to a greater or lesser extent. I mean, sometimes what we have as projects are actual classes, and so there will be a lot of instruction on how to do something. But oftentimes it's really very, just what you saw, it's kind of obvious, more obvious to a kid often than to an adult. But I love how the projects also create that spark, that childlike spark of amusement in adults and kind of turn them into kids.
So, but you're asking people in the neighborhoods and in the city to propose projects to you by November 15th, correct?
Yes, so we have a call for art that is open right now, and you can submit projects, and those projects may get funded or they may be welcomed without funding. The First Night organization is bringing quite a lot to the city during the First Night program at Copley and Hines and the Boston Common as well. On Boston Common, some of the things are Figment, and some of the other aspects of First Night are work directly with the city.
Yeah.
And some of those artistic aspects as well. So for example, Figment will be bringing lots of awesome art projects, but the fire performances and fire sculptures are directly through the city. And we coordinate with them. And also there's fireworks and ice sculptures and, you know, lots of really fun stuff. So the city's putting together this big project, and Figment is part of it. But I really appreciate they brought us in because we bring something that's unique. It's new to the art community.
Now, even this idea of art cars, you don't terribly much specify that, but it might be some sort of decked out or weird car, which can be in the grand procession, and then you want it parked on Boston Common, is that it?
Yes, yes. So an art car is any kind of vehicle
oh, I see. All right.
that is artified, if you will, in some way, that significantly makes it not look like a vehicle. I built one that doesn't come to the First Night because it's a little big, but it drives around in the desert. It drives around in the desert in the summer.
It goes to Burning Man, is that what?
Yeah, and so picture a drop of water, 30 feet tall and 20 feet wide.
Wow.
Silver by day and colored up with LED lights at night.
Wow.
So that gives you kind of a picture of what an art car could be. But it could be a little dinosaur built on top of an electric wheelchair chassis.
I see.
It could be really anything, as long as it doesn't really look like a car.
All right, but we should say that you don't have to be a professional artist or a performance artist. We just want people from the neighborhood. You can just be one person putting in this in the project that you're asking about, right?
Yes, Figment is an interesting event because it's guided by 10 principles, which you can find out about at our website, which is boston.figmentproject.org. And one of those principles is inclusion. Okay, and that's an interesting principle because it really means that we want to welcome you and your work as long as it meets the rest of the principles and it's family friendly. Okay,
yeah.
It doesn't have to be fancy high art. So you don't have to be an artist.
Right. I just see so many people that will never be caught dead in a gallery wandering through the Rose Kennedy Greenway or just saying things. It's just such a surprise. It's so Alice in Wonderlandish, you know. And so the categories on the website, which we'll put up on the screen there, people can find out. But most of the people that work for Figment, both here in Boston and at all the other cities, they are volunteers. Is that correct?
Yes. I think at this point we only have one paid employee
for the whole country?
For the entire global organization.
Oh, wow.
We operate in other countries as well. And it's a gift. Another one of our 10 principles is gifting. So this is my gift to the city, is my effort, which amounts to effectively a full-time job on top of my day job.
Okay. So is there a way people can consult? You just put in the project, you submit it via email, or is there a way people can talk and say, would you allow me to do this? Or is there verbal feedback for those that are...
Yes, there is. So if you're curious and you want to help developing an idea, there are email addresses to which you can send your questions. Like there's a curatorial email address, which I would get, and then I would work with the artists to kind of nurture them into building art that is, particularly Figment appropriate. So yeah, we're here to help.
All right. So and a little later on in the in December, are you going to have a listing on the Figment website of some of the bigger, attractions, just in case people really like to follow Figment things? They want to make sure they can find you wherever scattered on the common, whatever.
Yes, the website is updated as we update our plans. So the call for art is open right now.
Till November 15th.
So people will be putting out those questions, and asking us questions and submitting through a form on the website.
And then in
December, and then we go through a selection process.
Yeah, which ones?
And then we announce. And then we'll be passing out information through social media and on the website about the projects that are going up. And eventually we'll have a map published of what projects will be where. They won't be so much scattered throughout the commons. There will be kind of a central area where the projects will be.
Oh, okay.
Usually last year it was over near the Park Street T-stop, so it'll be in that same neighborhood. Very easy to get to by the T.
All right.
Just like our summer event is right outside of South Station.
So you're not going to have your raindrop thing. Are you going to have something, or do we have to go and see what Captain Gonzo is going to contribute? Or are you just working on everybody else's project?
Well, one of the things we try to do is the main organizers try not to be involved directly with projects because it creates a conflict of interest just because you want to make your project awesome and you want to make the event awesome.
I see, so.
And so I think of the entire event as my project in this case. Come out to Burning Man if you want to ride in the raindrop.
Okay. All right, so we want to publicize the address. It's Boston. What is it?
Boston.figmentproject.org. So think of it, figment of your imagination.
Here in Boston. Thank you so much.
Thank you.